Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another StarCastTV cast. I am your host today. It is Schamtoo in the seat. We're going to be bringing you a best of three between Secret and KOP. We're going to be starting off here on Escalade, so let me start off our game. Excited to be bringing you a lot more casting. I've been away for a while. So let me just transfer on into the main screen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. So let me just get rid of all the production tab. We don't want that and all the other grossness that comes with a replay. Let's talk about our two players spawning up here in the top right-hand corner. It is our yellow Terran player. It is KOP. And down here in the bottom right-hand corner, as the white barcode Protoss player, it is Secret. Secret being very secretive with his play, I guess. Now, Secret, I think, is a decently known name, but interestingly for me, I did not know that much about KOP. And looking over their history, it seems like they actually were a StarCraft 2 player in the very beginning stages around 2013, 2012. So that's pretty cool. I did not know that about KOP. We've seen him play in a couple of things before. Secret, I think, has been playing in a lot of the Caster Muse stuff. He's been playing pretty actively in the Caster Muse recently. But overall, we've seen Secret. Been a pretty, not incredibly high-ranked player in the scene, but they exist. So, curious to see how this series is going to go down. I love casting TVP. I hate playing TVP, but I love casting PvP, PvT, whatever you want to call it, from whatever perspective. You can see already I'm Terran biased. But, Escalade has been such an interesting map to watch. It is one of those very normal 4-player maps, but having a larger ramp, with the ability to take out those eggs actually makes it really great for defending against a lot of stuff that will happen within your main base. And so I think actually it's lent itself to this slightly easier time for Terran to deal with recalls. So I haven't looked at the win rates on this map, but I'm actually kind of curious to see how TVP win rates are on this map. Let's talk about the player build a little bit real quick. We do have a Rax expand coming out here from KOP. Is it KOP or KOP? I'm not actually sure. I'm just going to call him KOP because that's just easier. But KOP is going for this really quick command center down here, getting the Marine before anything because we haven't scouted the Protoss player. As soon as we get into secret space, we will have a good idea of what's going on here. And a first Zealot coming out. Oof, that's a rough thing to see when you're going for Rax expand, but that should be okay. It looks like KOP did go for a full wall over here that should block all Zealots moving in and out. Meanwhile, Secret down here in the bottom right-hand corner has been going for Dragoon range. We've got Dragoons now finally coming out. We are not hiding any type. I mean, just as I say that, where's this? Is this going to be a third pylon over here? It has to be. Zealot does get in here. I mean, again, it sees that full wall. There's not much it can really do over here, so it's just going to back up. Dragoon coming out is going to see the SCV there, but not... Okay, I was about to say, avoiding that SCV would be a bit of a mistake. I mean, this SCV is going to get in the base. It's not going to see a second gateway or anything. Oh, I knew it. I knew that probe was staying there for a reason. Okay, so there is going to be a pylon up there. What's going to be the tech? That's going to be the question here. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that Protoss can punish the Terran's Rax expand. A lot of Terrans lose to a proxy Reaver. Now, this is way too far to be a proxy Reaver. Typically, if you're going for a proxy Reaver, you would be right next to where the Terran is. So it's a bit curious, but KOP seems to smell something is up. We have 2 SCVs here out on the map. That last one is going to get taken down. Now, we do have a probe waiting to put down a Nexus over here as well. I mean, it has to be a support bay. So I think we're just going to be very aggressive over here. We still are waiting for our first factory to show up here. An engineering bay is now getting thrown down. And that probably started at about 4:15. That's probably checking to see how many Marines are in there. which is if you are expecting a Protoss to go for any type of really quick tech, which getting in here, seeing that late Nexus, KOP definitely knows that something is up. The question is what? Especially getting in here and only seeing 2 pylons. Now, granted, there could have been a 3rd pylon up here, but pretty easy to guess that there is a 3rd pylon somewhere out here on the map. It looks like we're going for a shuttle. No support bay yet. But we got that engineering bay, so we're going to probably throw down a couple of missile turrets. We do have one back here, which is very, very far away if you're going to go for any type of Dark Templar. There we go. There's a support bay. A little delayed there, but hopefully that'll finish around the same time as the shuttle. Okay, that's interesting. You can eke out a little bit more. It seems like Secret has this perfectly timed out. Wow, that's really cool. And overall, it seems like we're going to be able to pressure in on here with a couple of Dragoons. The siege tank is now just coming out. There's no engineering bay. Sorry, there's no turrets in the main base. But we do have an armory that's up. Is it spinning yet? It is spinning already. So we're going to have really early upgrades going on here. Which is going to be really good for KOP if Secret does flub the Reavers that are coming in here. But we are also getting shuttle speed. We've got our 2nd base. It's completely up. We don't have a lot more in terms of pure gateway counts just yet. It's not like we really have a ton of money right now because Reavers are so expensive. And we got that shuttle upgrade as well. But what this really means is that we're going to be really relying on this Reaver to do a lot of damage. Now, KOP has already started committing 2 missile turrets across the base. We know something is going on here. The question is whether or not this Reaver can actually get any damage done. There's a missile turret over here. We're going to head right on into another missile turret. Gonna have to back up. Yep. 1 shot already. There's another missile turret guarding the natural as well. But this is okay, because right now we're going up to 3 factories. We're kind of continuously pumping out tanks. We're going into a starport. It looks like KOP is going to stay on 2 bases for a really long time. I don't think we're going to be seeing a command center anytime soon. We're most likely going to go up to 3 factories, probably build up a good amount of army, and then go for a push out. This gives Secret a huge amount of time now to get this 3rd base up and running, cut a lot of corners in terms of everything else. The only thing that Secret has to deal with right now, though, is the fact that we don't have an observer. We're not going to have an observer until, now. Typically, this observer is in the Terran base at 7 minutes at the latest, if you're going for any type of standard build. So this is actually very scary. Not only that, but we also have the missile turret ring. So now we have no idea of what KOP is up to. So now Secret has to play very safe and be ready for almost anything, right? So this is a little bit, this is a dangerous spot here for Secret. We do have 2 vultures coming out here. We don't have any probe transfers yet, but we're going to have to move a couple of Dragoons with this in order to stop these vultures from doing too much damage. The Reaver has had no way to actually get into this, and it looks like we're even going to sacrifice an observer to get into the base to see what's going on. This is how scared Secret is, by the way. Like, when you're a Protoss and you have no way to get into the middle of the base, you're not Terran. You don't have that easy comsat that you can just immediately scan and figure out what a player is up to without spending anything. So Secret did sacrifice an observer to get in here to see what's going on. Does see 5 factories, does see a science facility, does see a starport. And that's going to be very good for Secret to know. Going to know to probably have to cut, get up to 6 gates, and get ready for this slightly late 5 factory play here. But it's going to be a very strong 5 factory because we're going to have 2-1. Or at least +2 weapons. I don't think I see another armory. Yeah, no, it's just 1 armory. A couple vultures getting over here, going to do some damage. Oh my god, they actually have taken out a couple of probes beforehand. 5-6 kills so far. So a bit of damage there onto Secret's probe production as well, which is really darn shame because Secret really is in a lot of trouble if we can't get some sort of stature out on the map here. Second Reaver now coming out here, and this is going to be another really big key in keeping the the Terran lockdown. It's you know, using Reavers in a shuttle is a really way to slow down a push and give you a little bit more time to get all the gateways up and everything else. We do have a dropship coming over here in the right-hand side. While these Dragoons are trying to deal with all of the Vultures over here on the left-hand side, they're going to get a couple of kills, but meanwhile, the dropship, oh my god, it's actually a siege tank and 2 Vultures. Is there going to be a shot? We've got 1 shot already. I don't see how many got. Only got 2 probes, actually. But we cleaned out a lot of probes on the other side of the map. We still have these other 2 Vultures kind of dogging in and out. We are killing so many probes. We were at 44 before all of this started, and now we're down to 40 probes. Wow, I would have to say KOP is dominating this match so far. The Reaver did no damage. We've got Vultures all over the Protoss, killing all these probes. We're down to 38, 37, 36 probes. Still more Vultures coming in here. KOP is doing such a great job here. Oh my god, this Vulture. This Vulture isn't being dealt with. 9 kills? 9 kills on that 1 Vulture. This game is absolutely over. Reavers do get some shots in. They don't actually hit with anything, though. We have no army. KOP is up to 120 supply. We are now pushing across the map. Here's the even crazy thing is that, like, you know, normally you give a little bit of time here to let that probe count that got, you know, demolished really take some timing. Oh my god, I can't believe that Reaver got picked up at that last second. But Secret is just getting bullied here. Really excellent play from KOP. I mean, KOP really invested so much. Secret really invested so much into getting that Reaver tech, and KOP was just all over it. And now we've got Terran units. We're about to have +2 hit. Right as this push is getting to the Protoss' main base. I mean, I don't really know how Secret's going to be able to do this. We have a couple of Dragoons, but not that many. We still have this Reaver over here. We have a Science Vessel over here as well. Trying to get the Reaver down at just the perfect time to release a Scarab. I would say right now, though, Secret's actually doing pretty good. We are in an uphill advantage against KOP's army. We did lose that Reaver, though, and that's going to be a huge loss here. We are down to only a couple of Dragoons left. We are continuously sieging up and pushing across the map. We're still at 5 factories. We have a 6th one on the way, but we're only on like 6 gates over here, which is a very small amount. 6 gates to 5 factories, not going to be good numbers for Protoss. It is if you can build up long enough and quickly enough, but with this paltry number of probes, we're finally just getting back up to almost 50 probes again. And now we're already on the choke point of the Protoss. Alright, so Secret's trying to keep the forces alive, trying to do something. We don't really have any other things going on here. A 3rd base was picked up here by KOP. And we're just getting bullied in here. More Vultures coming in here. We've got a Science Vessel scouting out for anything that could be, you know, maybe Arbiter tech. But, I mean, we've got Comsat scans, so I think we're pretty good. We've got a whole bunch of idle SCVs as well. And with 130 supplied to 99 of the Protoss, missile turrets coming down now as well. Like, we are just slowly pushing in here. I think we're going to see the GG pretty shortly. But we did bring back another Reaver. That's nice. But I mean, observers are getting taken down here. We've got a Reaver in the middle of this, you know, like trying to get anything down here, but it's just not going to work. We're trying to push into this, but there's just a giant wall, a defensive matrix on top of that siege tank as well. The siege tank, the Reaver is immediately eliminated, and there we go. KOP gonna take game number 1 here after a 14-minute slugfest. I gotta say, KOP played that super well. Super well. So that's gonna be game number 1 of this best of 3 going on over here to KOP. Let me swap over into the next replay. All right, so I mean, that was just an insane game, you know, like really, as I said before, the Reaver investment just didn't pay off. You know, you really want to punish a Terran for going for that Rax expand, but Secret just got there way too late with that and invested shuttle speed, invested, you know, a Reaver shuttle speed, cut all these corners, tried to get like the Nexus up afterwards. Already, you're just so far behind by doing all of this. Not to mention, just in general, I think, you know, as I was saying before, the beginning of the map, that giant ramp makes it so much easier to get back and forth. But here's the thing, I mean, KOP was so ready for that, especially with getting all those SCVs out to scout, and getting great scouting off on the Protoss. Seeing that late Nexus really tipped him off. That there was just no way that Secret could have possibly have gotten like any damage done. There was just a huge turret ring. All right, so let's get on into game number 2 as we transition into the main screen here. That was just some expert reading there from KOP. So let's see how Secret could potentially bring this back. Spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner of Polypoid, it is our gray Terran player. It is KOP. Currently up 1-0 against their opponent. Spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner is Secret, our white Protoss. And I gotta say, you know, the timings outside of just the beginning of that match really went in KOP's favor as well. You know, like we got that missile turret ring up, but we also got that really quick armory too, which was, you know, getting that quick armory could have been used for, say, getting Goliaths, and that was actually a little bit of an interesting choice. Typically, you know, the guidance is you get Goliaths or you get missile turrets, you get one or the other. So it seemed like really all of that was to just spin into a pretty strong push regardless. And the missile turrets were just there just as the way to actually, you know, deter the Reavers. We didn't really want to invest in Goliaths, especially because Goliaths are such a huge gas investment. That it would really take away from getting the Starport Science Facility and +2 in time. But missile turrets are also a huge investment as well. I mean, minerals are a really important resource for Terran at that stage of the game. Gas is as well, but really you want to kind of balance that out. But if you're going for huge +2 timing, you know, that's really where you really want to spend your focus is making sure you have as much gas as possible. So, looking at this so far, we're going into very standard builds from both sides. We're not going for an Iraq expand this time. We're going for the refinery. We have the barracks coming down here. Probably going to throw a supply depot right here to make that nice little zealot-type wall. And on the other side of the map, Secret is going for just the same exact build as last game. And this is... Polypoid is pretty much, you know, like, you know, a lot of people are just basically considering it like Fighting Spirit 2.0. It does lend itself to being a little bit of a curiosity as to why we have like two very similar Fighting Spirit-like maps. But, you know, I like Polypoid quite a bit. I do agree that there's probably too many 4-player maps on the ladder right now. Would be nice to have a little bit of diversity. So we do have a factory coming down. We did pull off the SCVs off gas, so we're not looking to go do anything too crazy. Probably going to pick up 3 Marines and go into an expansion. Meanwhile, Secret on the other side of the map did get this Zealot. We're scouting. We scouted Cross first. We're going to see that the Terran is actually over here on the bottom right-hand corner. Zealot's going to make its way over there. SCV did get the scout off. I think. Actually, maybe it didn't. Did KOP... Whoops, wrong one. Did KOP scout in there? Oh, he did. Okay. And now just tucking away that SCV so the Dragoon doesn't find it. And I think that probe is looking for the SCV. But we have our 3rd pylon in base, so it's not like we're going to be doing anything crazy like game number 1. Ooh, we went for 4 Marines here. I've been seeing this actually quite a bit lately. And I think this is just as a response to the early Zealot that a lot of Protosses are going for. And you can see already that with the Zealot and Dragoon, you actually can just bully away all the Marines. So, you know, the initial response for Terrans was to get 3 Marines and a bunker, which 3 Marines allowed you to fight 1 Dragoon. The bunker then allowed you to pretty much stop any Dragoons from running past easily. Oh boy. Oh, we are in a lot of trouble right now, actually. The bunker's just about to finish. Oh my god, I can't believe that Dragoon did not get that last hit. So now Protoss have been responding by going for Vulture. Oh, it's like up here. Okay. By going for the Zealot and Dragoon in order to kind of bully that. You can see how effective that was. So it looks like now the Terrans are going back to getting 4 Marines and the bunker in order to handle all of this. So it's pretty funny how that all works out. We do have a Vulture coming back? I don't know about this. We don't have a mine. Oh, God. We do have a machine shop spinning. We have a factory. We got our first siege tank, so I don't... we'll probably see mines come out really quickly. Behind this, we do have Secret going for the Nexus that came up probably around 4 minutes, given that we're already halfway done. And we do have a robotics facility coming up here. Very, very standard play so far. Waiting to see... Yeah, probably mines if we have 2 Vultures out. And 1 really hurt Dragoon, which it looks like we're looking to go find. Yep, there we go. Mines just hit down here. And so, looks like, ooh, actually looks like Secret was going to go for a really quick 3rd base. Denied by that 1 Vulture. And we're going to an observatory behind this with 2 gates. So, yeah, very standard Protoss play. Curious to see if Secret's going to go and take out that spider mine, but I mean, there are so many spider mines from here to there that without the observer, it would be a very big risk to all those Dragoons. And look at this! Ooh, KOP going for a Secret 3rd base. Staying on 1 factory. We got a bit of time before the observer is going to make it into KOP's main base, and not only that, but that observer now has to go guard the Dragoons to the 3rd base. Yeah, you can see already it's not making a beeline for KOP's base. Secret has to go clear out these mines so that he can go take that 3rd. Oh, maybe not. Actually, it looks like we are going to just go and clear out some of these spider mines. And clearing out these spider mines also will make Secret feel a little bit... Sorry, KOP feel a little bit more scared. You know, that was really the main way for KOP to know that Secret, you know, was going for X or Y. Now, granted, we do have comstats that did just come up, waiting for those scans to go down. And we do get the observer in here. At this point, KOP should know something is... Secret should know that something is up. 2 factories, 2 base for this long. At a 5 factory timing, we would know, we would see already, like, you know, a lot more army, a lot more things going on. We don't see starport, we don't see anything else. So this observer, we already kind of like glanced past this 3rd base at the mineral only. I think Secret knows that there's another base somewhere. Yeah, look at this observer. It's constantly scanning around. Typically, a Protoss will get in here and see, like, you know, a couple things and then just hover over the factories. We've looked a lot over a lot of different places, and now it seems like Secret probably knows something is up here. But KOP's 3rd base, this is, like, up and running already. So, I'm curious how Secret's going to respond to this. We don't really see anybody scouting out across the map. We do have a couple of Dragoons protecting over here. Meanwhile, Secret has gone for the Templar Archives. We're getting those really quick Arbiters up. Looks like we just want to go into Arbiter play and probably just put some pressure in. A 3rd base like this is actually very risky for Terran, though, because it's very hard for Terran to be like an amorphous blob on the map like Protoss is, and especially in lower numbers, a couple of Zealots can come over here and just shut this base down. And you can see already, Secret is now finally like scouting across the map. He's like, there's a 3rd base somewhere, I just don't know where. But this is like KOP got this so early enough that it's finally, this third base is kind of kicking in already. Oh, that observer. We do have +1 weapons about to finish up soon. We have a science facility on the way. There we go. Secret did see it. And now Secret's now heading across the map. He's like, oh no, you cannot have that third base for free. Meanwhile, Secret's third base is just finally kicking up here. A couple of vultures will find these probes. 2 kills. Not bad. And there we go. Just a couple of Dragoons is going to shut this down. Potentially. I mean, you have to be a little bit careful with the micro. Because, yeah, there's the SCVs. Okay, they're not going to go for the Dragoons yet. It seems like they're just going to go try and go home. But the rest of these Dragoons can probably move over here and catch them on the way home. I have to be a little bit careful here because there are a bunch of siege tanks. And KOP has been really good about getting a whole bunch of vultures out on the map and just kind of moving things around and just putting all these spider mines around, which really punishes those Dragoons trying to take out those SCVs. We have our first Arbiter on the way. We're going for Stasis as a first because we're not cheesy Protoss players. We're legit Protoss players. We use only one of the overpowered spells at once. Just kidding. We do have a science facility with the science vessel probably going to pop out after this. We're going for a dropship first, just going to do a little bit of damage. We have 2-1 on the way. That should hit at about 12 minutes, and given that we already have 5 factories, we should hit at about 150-ish supply by the time that we're going to get there 2-1 moving. Third base is also just finishing up, so it looks like we're going to have to go into a little bit more of a mineral-focused army here. But we did get a lot of gas from this... oops, wrong button. This refinery over here, so I'm curious to see, like, you know, that's gonna obviously give us some better number of siege tanks and the sort. But we weren't on 3 machine shops because we were trying to get out siege tanks and two-shop siege tanks. Why is that a tongue twister? As well as double upgrades. Oh god, there was the drop over here too. I'm sorry, I completely missed this. Looks like nothing really was killed though. 0 kills on the siege tank. We're gonna drop vultures over here. We got 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills. The CC over here is just getting kind of pushed away. It's not actually taking that much damage. But a bunch of vultures did get over here to the top left-hand corner. Gray is not easy to see on a map. 1 more shot and that dropship is down. And the Dragoons will be able to clean up this army over here. We just are just shooting vultures out across the map. And this is really what KOP used in game number 1 to really get that, you know, kind of edge out that victory last game. And so I really like this, you know, making sure that you're just constantly spending all 3 spider mines all the time. Because observers are just not everywhere, you know? And if you can delay a Protoss from getting from point A to point B by just a little bit, you've done a great job. All right, so we've moved into a whole bunch of factories. You can see already that because we don't have that third gas, we can't have a third shop, which is going to really deny us a lot of siege tanks. So we're going to have a mostly vulture-focused army here. We're going to also have to be very protective of our Goliaths because we don't really want to spend that much gas. We are trying to take the 3 o'clock base, but that's going to be a little bit of ways here. And losing that third base, you can see already how much that affected, you know, a lot of the supply. Granted, we are losing a lot of vultures over here, just trying to, like, just do some damage. But, I mean, we're only at 130 supply at 13 minutes, really struggling to kind of keep our numbers up. Especially because we're only at, like, 12 tanks right now. Oh, never mind, sorry. Looks like about 17 tanks. Okay, so that's actually pretty decent numbers. The thing is that, like, when you're playing with mostly mineral only, with a mineral only third, you really have to play like a very vulture-centric style. Because you have to really build up a lot of siege tanks, because if you lose this push and these siege tanks, you're in a real lot of trouble. So the difficult part here is whether or not KOP can build enough siege tanks up to make a basically abominable army. We did finish up the 2-1, by the way. Looking at the Protoss upgrades, we're at +1 on weapons over here. And we're just kind of dividing the map quite a bit. We did get that CC back down there in the top right-hand corner. We're building another CC at the 3 o'clock. We just have these vultures just kind of running around, just doing a little bit of damage, just kind of keeping just secret modest. We have these arbiters. Both of them, actually, one of them should have a lot of energy built up now. Potentially a recall, but it would be difficult, I think. We'd have to fly basically directly over the Terran army to get into space. But we do scout that this base is going up here at 3 o'clock. We forgot about this command center in the top right-hand corner, by the way. It's just going to go back to doing work again. This command center has stayed alive for a very long time, considering how long Secret's known about it. And we're up to 12 gates, it looks like, 11 gates. Now we have another place to put a whole bunch of gateways as well, so we're in a pretty good spot here for Protoss. This is really like where you really want to be. KOP pushing out here, losing a science vessel though, that's pretty huge. That is really not ideal. And I don't know about this engagement. I don't know why the sound is a little bugging out here. Yeah, we're already taking one stasis. Not an ideal stasis, though, however. That's really in the front. That's going to really delay a lot of those zealots getting on top of these tanks. But the zealot bombs in the back actually doing a whole bunch of damage. Secret is bullying through here, but we're losing so many forces because they're getting caught up on these stasis tanks over here. Oh, I don't know about that stasis off the bat. I mean, we had that science vessel down. We had a little bit more time to play a little bit safer. But we are doing a lot of damage here to KOP. But again, another set of stasis tanks actually clogging up a lot of those units again. Not ideal. And that really sacrificed a lot of army. Now, granted, Secret is in a pretty good position to rebuild that army very quickly. But we can see just how starved actually Secret is in terms of just minerals alone. You know, ideally at 16 minutes, Secret's got enough of a bank to immediately max out again. We're struggling to get to 180. But we do have these two arbiters still dogging around. We did lose... I don't think we lost one, actually. I think we only had one... yeah. I think these have just been kind of flying around the whole time. Ooh. Oh, is it going to get scouted? It's going to get scouted. Does Secret react, though? Oh, sorry, does KOP react, though? Oh, I mean, Secret also can't really commit that many forces to this, as KOP is pushing down the throat of Secret's main base over here. Really nice storm on top of those siege tanks, and now we're in an uphill battle. Not ideal, but we are going to have to back up. One High Templar coming down, but immediately getting sniped. Don't have that many forces over here, though. We have this Arbiter in the wings waiting for a recall, but I mean, I don't know how we're going to be able to recall and deal with this army at the same time. We're going to have to break this with a bunch of vultures, with a bunch of zealots. There's not that many vultures. Some vultures are coming in here. They are in the front of the Terran army, exactly where they want to be. However, they're delayed putting down a whole bunch of mines, and that's going to let a whole bunch of zealots get on top of these tanks. That's going to take down this army as well. Really nice storm going down on top of the siege tanks. We're just barely going to be able to stop this from doing too much damage. We're just going to try and take out some of these observers while we have the free time. We're now at 3-2 on the Terran army. We still have this Arbiter over here in the wings, waiting for another recall timing. But there are so many missile turrets over here. I don't know if that's going to work out. But, I mean, KOP is still alive, but we are, you know, we're fighting quite a bit to keep our army actually able to get across the map. I mean, we've lost a lot of armies so far. The production is actually pretty good. We're still only on... Okay, no, we are on 3 machine shops now. Ooh, and is that Arbiter going in there? Are we going to actually get the recall? That's the question! No! It's taken down at the last second. The recall did not hit. Oh, this is not looking good here now for Secret. I mean, KOP is still struggling to get any damage done to Secret. We haven't been able to take out a single base of Secret. But, same time, Secret hasn't been able to do anything to KOP. And in a split map position, Terran wins. We are at 2-1 on the upgrades right now. A lot of siege tanks over here. Is that another Arbiter? No, that's a probe. And losing that Arbiter is a huge investment as well. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that Secret has not mined up this base. I guess that many missile turrets you don't really need to. There's no way that that's going to actually get an Arbiter in there. And so we are pushing now into this area. There's a lot of vultures putting down as many spider mines to try and delay this army as much as possible. This is a very dangerous situation for both players. Who's going to be able to actually come out on top here? Because at the same time, KOP is pushing up into the top left-hand corner. A bunch of siege tanks fighting unsieged. However, this is a scary spot here. Secret is getting on top of KOP's bases. The mineral only is going down. This is the only place where KOP has production. We have siege tanks coming down here. We're now able to take out at least one of these bases at the same time. Top left-hand corner. We've got KOP taking out the top left-hand corner of Secret. We're going to take out one Nexus, and now we're going to have to run home. One Zealot's going to walk over here. See, there's absolutely nothing protecting over here. The SCVs are going to start running as we've lifted up the command center. Secret, though, did not actually get that much damage done here. We did take out that mineral only. But now with KOP coming back over here, KOP lost a base. Sorry, KOP lost a base, Secret lost a base. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends on this next couple of engagements. Secret, I think, needs to back up a little bit here. Not a great place to engage. As well as Secret's got a bunch of army back here. This is actually not a large army. Ooh, taking out a couple of these High Templar before they're actually able to do that much damage. Ooh, a really nice catch, though, on that one science vessel. Trying to get on top of these siege tanks. Just a couple of siege tanks over here. It looks like we're going to be able to take those out. We're at 3-1 now on the upgrades here for Secret. KOP is taking a lot of losses. 170 to 140 in the supply. I think this is swaying back over to Secret again. The command center over here at the third base is gone. This base... Oh my god, what is this Arbiter doing? No! Not what you want to have happen right now. No. Oh, no. Wait, High Templar float. Do they trigger spider mines? Floating units don't trigger spider mines. Do High Templars trigger spider mines? I actually don't know this answer. Alright, well, looks like Secret is building up. Another army push out here to the bottom. Meanwhile, so is KOP pushing back up here in the top left-hand corner again. We do have the mineral only now getting taken. You always want to expand away from a Terran. These two Arbiters, but there's two science vessels trying to get EMPs down. We have two EMPs available here. It's a little bit scary. We can get if we can get a stasis on that group of science vessels, we're in a great spot. Oh my god, it's right there! No, we're gonna get a stasis on a couple of siege tanks, which is great, but we're gonna get double EMP'd. This is not gonna look good here. The Zealots are also lagging up. I don't know what's going on here. They're just walking over into not the best position. They like all focused on one siege tank, and now we're clumped up and awkwardly over here. Is there something else going on that I'm missing? I don't think so. A couple of High Templar storms going on top of those siege tanks that will help clean them up a little bit, but Secret taking a massive loss in this army. Oh my god, that is swaying the food supply so much. 150 to 120 now. This is the first time KOP has been back in the lead in terms of supply for a long time. And now it looks like we might forfeit this top left-hand corner. Secret with not that much of an army left. I mean, we've lost so much. Those zealots getting caught up on that stasis really was, I think, the biggest part here. And now, I mean, we've got the top left-hand corner getting shelled out. We do have this mineral only over here, but we're not actually able to produce a whole bunch of army. We are really struggling at this point. Still 158 to 128. I mean, like, normally a Protoss is able to just rematch really quickly. But I mean, KOP has just hit that 3-3, and yeah, there's just too much. GG, it looks like we're going to see KOP take a 2-0 over his opponent's Secret in this best of 3. Wow, what a great series. I gotta say, KOP's resiliency in game number 2 really stood the test of time here. I mean, there was a lot of things going on there. I thought overall Secret was in a pretty good position, but KOP with that secret third base not getting discovered until like 3 to 4 minutes after it already paid for itself really, I think, spelled a lot of disaster there for Secret. And then Secret not actually taking out that command center, which was able to keep flying around and becoming an extra base. Overall, just really worked out there for KOP in the end, and KOP's resiliency and able to just stay with all those bases. You know, you cannot take a split map position against a Protoss player, so that is going to be... wrong button there. That is going to be KOP taking a 2-0 over Secret. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe buttons on the YouTube for StarCastTV. I'm Schamtoo. I cast all these games live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Schamtoo. So if you haven't done me a favor and hit that follow button over there, please do so. All right. I have another series to cast, so hopefully these will all get uploaded this week. Stay tuned. I've got another one coming up.